Okay, so this is like a really long list of safety tips for streamers, and I couldn't fit more on this page, and I wanted to be all on one page because I'm super OCD. So I have like a lot more tips for you guys. Obviously, I have trillions of tips, and this will not be the one and only volume of this that I will do. I'm planning on doing like a whole series of these. Hopefully I can partner with Binx and we can continue to do these. Maybe like once a month we'll do like a different stream based off of different things to keep yourself safe, or how to do this, how to do that. I've got so much wisdom and so much knowledge to give you guys. So much that I want to. Oh yeah, privating the profile. That's right, Lumi. That's right. I should write a book. I'd love to write a book. I really would. Okay, so let's kind of go down the list here. Keep online and offline identity separated if possible. And I know most of you guys are thinking, but like, being a streamer, I'm just myself. I just want to be me. I just want to be, Kathy, what's her face? I just want to be me. I just want to come on here and talk about my life and talk about these things and all these things. And I want everyone to just have access to everything. I want to be famous. I just want it to be chill. I want to be Kim Kardashian, That's awesome. That's super cool. And some people can swing it. Some people can do it. Some people live on their own. They've got a very good foundation for themselves. They have their finances in order. They've gone to college. They've done this. They've done that. They're super successful, and they're ready for the future, right? They're ready for that. The thing is, if you are not ready, if you're not ready to have your entire life analyzed, you need to take a step back. Streaming, as much as we like to think that it's just me being me, I am Bruises on here, but Nikki is reserved, my personal self. Nikki is... I am different outside of the stream because I have to censor myself on here more than I do in real life. Obviously, in real life, I'd be laying back, I'd be laying on the couch, I'd have my legs spread, I'd be, comfy as all heck. But you can't do that on stream because you have to be presentable, you have to be smart. Obviously, some people aren't presentable and they make a fantastic career off of that. They're just themselves. They don't care. They, messy eat. They, their room's a mess. They allow themselves to be themselves, and it's beautiful. But it comes at a cost. When you are yourself online, you're allowing people, strangers, and everyone that's watching, ghosting, lurking, you're allowing them to have an opinion about you. You're allowing them to make decisions for you, decisions about you, to make judgments about you. They will be criticizing and critiquing your entire life, the way that you approach this situation, how you approach this one. So, if you have your real first name and your real last name as your profile, I sincerely urge you to change it. Twitch now has this option to change your name every 90 days. And I know that most people have built their brand around their name. A lot of major streamers have their first name in their stream name. So this goes into why I personally changed. I know you guys, most of y'all know me as Nikki Bruises. That was my full screen name for many years. And just about a month and a half ago, I finally got my Bruises Twitch name back. I had the Bruises account on Justin.tv, and then I lost my login. I couldn't log in, and then somebody else got the username somehow, and I finally got that account back. I've always been Bruises online for a very, very long time. When I was making music online and producing electric dance music, I was Bruises as well on SoundCloud. But once I was unable to get a hold of my Twitch Bruises account, I ended up becoming Nikki Bruises. And it just became very personal. I felt that it was very odd that strangers, people that I didn't know, were calling me Nikki, right? That's something that I reserve for people that I care about, people that love me, people that genuinely want to know me. It's a privilege to know my name, if that makes sense. And that's the way that I interpret myself online and how I want to be perceived online. Then I also want to break down the gender stereotypes of what goes on online. So this also pertains to online identity. When somebody sees a screen name that has a traditionally feminine name in it, they are most likely going to treat your stream differently than they would if they saw Death Grip 67 they would probably come into that stream assuming that it's a man, right? So when people would come into your account, that's, you know, Cupcake Kathy, they're probably going to treat you with a little bit more misogynistic terms, maybe some, you know, prejudice, a lot of different things. It's different. People treat you differently based on your gender, which is very unfortunate, and I don't want to get too much into that. But having yourself as a female online, you need to do everything that you can to protect yourself. And sometimes stripping yourself of that femininity is the best way to have the first block of abuse. Stop the abuse before it comes to you, right? Most people that I've changed my name to Bruises on everything now in the past month, especially on Blizzard, where I play Overwatch. I love Overwatch. I change it to Bruises, and now I receive less hate. People aren't as rude to me in the game. I've noticed a significant drop of people being bad-mouthing me and talking to me poorly, cursing at me, calling me, you know, horrible names. I've noticed an insane decrease. People call me a dude. I love it. I actually do kind of prefer masculine pronouns. I am a more masculine individual, so I appreciate not having to deal with the pain of being female, which is a horrible thing to say because I'm very proud to be feminine, but I don't like being treated like a female because it's very painful. A lot of abuse comes with it, and any of you guys that are feminine online, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So changing to Bruises was not only an optional thing for me, it was not an optional thing, it was a mandatory thing that I've wanted to do for years. For years! And I'm so happy and so grateful that I can finally be myself online without immediately being judged as just some gamer chick. Because that's not what I am. I make music, I play guitar, I sing, I make art on stream, I paint, sculpt, I'm a welder. I do so many things. I'm much more than just a female. I'm much more than that. I'm much bigger than that. Do you mind if I translate your PDF? I'm watching over young French streamers. They're around 18 to 20-year-old. That'll be very useful. I would love that. If anyone would be willing to translate it, I could even type it out for you. I wouldn't mind retyping it out for you and then sending it to you. Then you can translate a little bit better, probably. You speak German, Roxy? Nice. My real name is banned in my chat. I agree and can see how that can be a bit too intimate. It absolutely is. Just as much as if you have a career, a family, anything outside of the stream, it is very, very important to keep that information as private as possible. Okay, so let's move down the list. Choose a brand name that is original, not your full legal name. Obviously, that's kind of grouped into the keep your online and offline identity separated, okay? It's very, very important to choose a brand that is marketable, something that isn't taken by something else. Like, you don't want to be Bluebird. You know, there's so many Bluebirds. Think, you know, Twitter has the Bluebird logo. There's so many things that are similar to that. So it's hard to find originality when everything is taken. I totally get it. And using your first name plus another word, kind of like in the MySpace days, you know, Dr. Nikki or something, you know what I mean? That was possibly my MySpace name. I wanted to be a doctor at one point. But it's really, it's super important to find something that suits you, fits you, feels good, and also keeps you safe. So just keep that in mind. Tune your social media. What does that mean? What does that mean? You got to tune your stuff. You're like, what? What does this mean? And all attached media. This means if you are linked to things, if you are shown online, if it shows your location, you need to shut that off. You need to shut it off. If you have accounts that your family members follow you on, you need to sit down with your family members, sit down with your friends and say, hey, remove this photo of me that you tagged me in. Let's lock down your account. Let's set up two-step authentication. You have to do these things. You have to inform your family members, and we'll talk about that more later. Be more business-oriented by removing personal sentiments, photos of friends and family. This includes your past self and loved ones because they did not consent to be an online spectacle. What does this mean? You're probably thinking, oh my goodness, what does that mean? What does that mean? You're probably just like, oh my goodness, what does that mean? They didn't consent? No, they did not. They did not. And when I was hacked, when all of my accounts were damaged and people were attacking me, they attacked my family. They sent horrible hate mail to my grandmother. They sent information everywhere. It affects everybody. What you do online, even if it's just for fun, it affects your family. And I urge you all to open up dialogue with everyone in your family. Let them know that there are serious risks at what you're doing. You are doing something extremely dangerous. It's very rewarding. It can be very, very rewarding, but it can be very devastating, and it hurts many, many people. It hurts many people in the process. You opening yourself up, it hurts a lot of people. And this is why I have been so on the fence of encouraging people to get into this. And most people probably think, oh, I'm just some kind of, bitter person. But I'm not. I'm being realistic. It's a very scary world, and I want people to be realistic and not to be naive. Don't be naive like I was. Okay, I don't know if Flower was being serious or not. Flower got timed out. If one of my mods can assess that for me, I'd appreciate it. Tips and other funds generously given to you can easily be contested through PayPal. Place a disclaimer on your tipping page to protect yourself and all of your hard work. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about generosity. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about generosity. Because you're probably thinking, oh, but what does that have to do with me? What does that matter? What does that matter? Why would I need to put a disclaimer on my page? What does that mean? Does that even protect me? Well, not really. Unless you are an actual business and you have signed yourself up in your state of residence, wherever you live. I don't know how it is around the world, but in America, you can do it online. You can file for business partnership online. It ranges from $20 to all the way to thousands of dollars. I know here in Texas, it's about $250 a year to open up your business. Okay, and then you have to pay the legal fees on top of that to keep it going. So anyways, what you need to do, there's a few steps that you need to do. If you are using Streamlabs, if you're using Muxy, any other type of tipping page, site, whatever, they will not always protect you from chargebacks. What's a chargeback? It's when somebody decides, I'm going to donate X amount of money to this streamer, and now I'm going to refund it. I want my money back. Or they do it maliciously to make you go negative in your bank account. Okay? And so you're thinking, geez, well, what do I do? Doesn't PayPal protect me? Well, you need to, first of all, if you're a streamer, elevate your PayPal to a business class. If you have not already done this, y'all need to do this ASAP. You need to become a business. Even if you do not have your business registered, you need to elevate your PayPal to a business class PayPal. This way, you can start accruing different amounts of income, right? PayPal recognizes how you are in good standing with them. The more business you do with them, transfers, withdrawals, everything like that, PayPal learns about your company, okay? This way, you're building a relationship with PayPal. They're kind of making a chart of how well you do business with them, okay? So, over time, when nothing goes wrong and you're bringing in a ton of money, you're doing a ton of withdrawals, all kinds of good stuff, it's super, super important to build this relationship with PayPal, and this is why. When people decide to tip X amount of money and then refund it, and I've had thousands of dollars donated to me, and they've been contested. They try to get their funds back, but because I had a business class PayPal, I've always been in good standing with PayPal. I've always had a good conversation with PayPal. I've always been kind, courteous. They took note of that. And when I reached out to them and I sent them my addendum, which I have a digital addendum that I can send out to you guys. It's just a generic addendum to attach to your PayPal claims form to contest that so that you will win. You will always win. I have 100% success rate on PayPal claims. So every single person that has tried to ruin me by taking their money back, I have kept every single dime. So, what you need to do is on your tipping page, you need to make sure that you are additionally adding that these funds are, let me see, let me go to mine real quick. Oops, wrong screen. Sorry about that. Let's see, I think this is my link. There we go. Let's go to my link. So at the top of my link, you can see it says, all tips and wish list gifts are non-refundable, and by confirming this page, you are accepting these funds are yours to give. Thank you so much for your love and support. And it's just as simple as that, y'all. It's just as simple as that. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. And I know it doesn't seem like much, and you're probably thinking like, oh, but what does that even matter? So I'm not trying to show off my stats. Sorry about that. But it's very important to attach that, and then the addendum you will additionally attach when you write out the claim, which I have that all typed out already so that you guys can have that later. I will give that to you for free as a courtesy. Oh, it's true, Roxy. It's horrible. It's horrible. People call you bro. Oops, sorry about that. I'm trying to scroll down. I'm sorry. I haven't found a way to. Here, I'm just gonna go ahead and make that smaller. What am I trying to open? Sorry about that. If you're a business, the tipper doesn't get your name and address, though. Correct! If you are a business! Let's talk about that, Dom. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the reason that being a business is so important is because you don't want to give out your private information, okay? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You want to have some kind of company name. And if that's just Domino Gaming or Domino Twitch, something like that, if you want to do that, that's up to you. You know what I mean? You could make it a totally different name, like The Enterprise LLC. You know what I mean? Just come up with something that people can recognize when they go to check out. Something not sketchy, like you don't want to put like the Stash Fund or something like scary, like where people think it's going to some kind of like, I don't know, something scary. But you want it to pertain to your channel, something that is accurately depicts what you do. Because if you're not a business account, people can see your address, your name, and everything, and it's not good. It's not good. Hi, Dolan. Hello. I've also noticed, not to butt in. No, that's fine. No, I encourage you guys to talk to me. If you select, for instance, Twitch on someone's Facebook profile as it being their employer, it lets you browse through other profiles who also employed to said business, and flipping through that for about a half hour, I was able to find a handful of streamers' accounts, which were obviously private. But it's another step maybe worth looking into, as well as people can reverse look up photos on Google to find other accounts using that image. Yes, yes, oh my god, a million times yes. Sorry, I keep doing that. It is so important. Never use the same information on all accounts. I know there's Hootsuite, there's a lot of these programs that allow you to post on everything at once, and it seems so simple, so awesome, so cool. Cool, I can just post on my Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everything all at once. It's so rad, like with one click. No, it's not. Especially when it includes your personal stuff. Do not attach any personal stuff. All the stuff that I put on my Facebook is totally separated from everything I post elsewhere. So if I do a photo shoot and I want to show off a few photos, I only post the photos that I didn't post elsewhere on Facebook. It's a lot of work, but it's important. Pay attention to what you're posting. Don't repost stuff. People can trace it. People can trace it back, and they will. They will trace it back. That's why you set yours up as a business. You can have it show your business name. Yes, I'm going to go crawl on my desk now and unplug my phone. No, no, don't do that. No, 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 no. This isn't trying to scare you guys. It's to make you guys stronger. We want to be strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. I made it through all these horrible things. Police called to my house. If you're just now tuning in, pizza being delivered to my house. You know, abuse, all kinds of stuff online. If I can make it through, and I believe I'm a very successful individual. It doesn't always seem it. I sometimes only have 5 viewers, but you know what? It's not about the viewership, it's about the community and the people that you surround yourself with, and I find myself very, very successful. And I know that everyone around me is successful as well, because when one of us succeed, we all succeed. So, no, it's important. Just be focused. Focus yourself. Focus your energy on being private. Be a little bit more uptight about your information. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that you have to become this rigid asshole, but excuse me, I'll have to bleep that out. Sorry about that. So if you're new and don't get a lot of donations, though, still do it. Still do it. I'm so sorry I keep clicking this screen. I don't know why I keep doing that. What if we don't have that reputation? PayPal will understand as long as you are setting yourself up for success by posting that information. You're free to use that information that I have on anything. If I have anything on Twitch that you see that I'm doing that feels right, use it. Feel free to use it. All the stuff that I'm using, I'm an advocate about it. So feel free to use it. Go to my tipping page, copy and paste that, put it in yours. You know what I mean? Do the same thing. Tips are non-refundable. Yep. It's very important to have those words. At least those words. I mean, doesn't everyone do that? We still hear about chargebacks. Yeah, absolutely. Because the thing is, PayPal's not going to fight for you if you don't fight. You have to fight, and you have to the chargebacks. You have to contest within like 12 hours, and the sooner the better. I have jumped out of bed because somebody at 4 a.m. I was already asleep. I had an alert on my phone. I keep my alerts on all the time for PayPal. You need to turn those on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer, everything. On your mama's house, everything. Turn them on. Turn on your alerts. I've jumped out of bed mid-sleep to contest a chargeback. And I instantly won. Instantly, because I responded so quickly. What PayPal had told me in my last chargeback instance was that those disclaimers would serve you in a court of law, but in most cases, PayPal had sided with me. PayPal always sides with you, in my opinion. Like, I've won every single case. I've won 100% of my cases, and I've had at least 100 chargebacks, at least 100, for thousands of dollars. I've done this for 4 years, so I've been doing this a long time. But I have an addendum that I will be giving you guys that you can attach to your PayPal, and PayPal sees the addendum, and they're just like, okay, you win. No questions asked. I've helped 2 other streamers with chargebacks. Major streamers. I think most of you guys know. I think a few of you guys are subbed to both of them. I've helped them with my addendum, so it works. Just as a disclaimer, yesterday I kind of copied yours because it was good text. Copy it. It's out there. It's public domain. Everything on my page is public domain, so if you like it, use it. Did my novel post go through a few minutes ago? Okay, it did. Sorry. Hi, Slick. Hello. We were talking about streamer safety. Guys, if you're not following, hey, follow everybody in chat, y'all. We got some really good streamers in here right now. It's about the friendships. Absolutely. I like the streaming part and watching part of friendship part. The business part is intimidating. It's scary. But you gotta start looking at it, if you're gonna take it seriously. I'm just saying. Here's to Dom. So sure on the filing of taxes part of streaming, even though I've kept track of things. Good for you. Good for you. We're coming up on that time. It's one thing where I know I have to check notifications now. I have to do it. What's up, Shred? We're talking about streamer safety today. I've never lost a chargeback, so I don't know of anybody that's lost them. I'm sorry, BB. Okay, let's talk about the next portion. Remove all social media presence that is questionable or could potentially hinder your growth in future sponsorships. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. Most people don't even think about this. They don't even think about, oh, that dog photo that I posted, like 5 years ago online has a beer bottle in the background. Most people don't even think about that. But showing that you're partying, you're drinking, or even there's any kind of influence of any kind of outside sources. Okay, let's hold off on the sound alerts. I don't know who did the sound alert, but let's hold off on them right now. Okay, thanks for that though. Oh God, sorry. Okay, let me compose myself really quick. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay really serious. I've got a soundboard that people can use with your points. Casper, gosh dang it. I couldn't be serious the whole time, I guess. Okay, so you need to remove any type of partying photos. If you've got friends on there, you don't want to subject your friends. This kind of goes back to what I wrote up here. Your past self and loved ones did not consent to be an online spectacle. They did not consent to this. That's why I wanted to remove Nikki from my name. And that's why I am Bruises once again online, because exposing my past self, Nikki, and myself outside of this to all of this, it's just not fair. It's just like how Slickfoo, I don't know Slickfoo's first name, and I shouldn't know Slickfoo's first name. I really shouldn't. I don't know Slickfoo that intimately. I mean, not yet. I don't know you guys that close enough that I should know. So it's important to have this 90 degree of separation at least. It's super important. No, those of you that are close to me, feel free to call me Nick, Nikki, whatever you want to call me. It's okay. I've been Nikki. I've branded myself as Nikki for many years. So, but I'd like for that to be like almost like it's like you don't know everyone's middle name, right? If people have middle names, not everybody has middle names, but you don't know it, right? And you have to like get to know somebody before you can ask them what their middle name is. It's kind of like that. Okay. Approach each encounter online with extreme caution and skepticism. This is huge. Every single person that comes into your chat, you should have one eye like this. You should be like, who's that? Who is that? Is this person friend or foe? Treat them as foe first, okay? Everyone is a threat. And I know this sounds really, really hyper, just like paranoia, but it's really not. You have to be proactive. You have to trust your instinct first. And also pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the signs. If somebody has said something rude once, they will say it again. Giving people multiple chances in your chat is just opening yourself up to more people that will abuse you, more people that will purposefully do things to upset you, and you don't deserve that. It's not worth the number. The number at the top or the bottom of this screen means absolutely nothing. If you have one person that's in your chat talking to you and you're having a good time and they're nice and they're kind, that's all that matters. That is the only thing that matters. Cut out every single person that has ever said anything horrible in your chat, anything just that makes you feel icky. If it just makes you feel creeped out, ban them. Get rid of it. It's a game that I played for a very long time. I gave people 3 chances, and I don't do that anymore. And my community has become one of the greatest communities here online. And I say that with a wholeheartedly, and I know all of you will agree. All of you will agree. I don't put up with any kind of negativity at all. None. Okay. And this also goes for esports, affiliate programs, and sponsorship propositions. This is really, really big. Really big. Because most of you guys are probably going to be approached. You're going to be approached by communities and things that say, hey, join our community. You'll get beef jerky in the mail every month. You'll get a free chair. You'll get this. You'll get that. Read the fine lines. Figure out who you're talking to. Do some research. Get their full names. If they are a company, research the company. Do background checks. Talk with your fellow streamers. If you have a nice network of friends, of streamers, people that have been through the industry, talk to them. Ask them, do you know about this company? What's in it for me? Because most likely they're going to take advantage of you. You're not going to get the products that they promised, and you're not going to get any exposure. You're just going to be pushed further and further down the list. So don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Be very, very careful. Refrain from signing into devices that are not yours. You got a boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, parent. Do not sign into anyone else's account. You're at a friend's house. You're there for a week. You use their computer. Just don't. Don't do it. Don't sign into other people's devices because you know what? There's most likely a chance that through Chrome or something, they will save your passwords and they will be able to log in. Before I did an update on my picture on my computer a few months ago, I still had logins for friends that had come visit me years ago that I no longer talk to on Twitch. I still had their logins. Of course, obviously I didn't log in, but I could have, and that's very scary. Very, very scary. And I'm all about safety and being good to people, so I would never do that. Sorry, Lori. I'm sorry. I'm kind of behind on chat. I'm sorry. Oh, I love you, Lori. No, I appreciate it. This is going to be on YouTube. Yes, it'll be clipped and edited on YouTube. Absolutely. Yeah, Binx is going to be doing this. What's up, Nichols? Should you keep your names of your friends private? I would if you could. I would if it's possible, Nicholas. It depends. I would talk to your friends. Talk to them. I know my friend Ro. I call him Ro. And I don't give out any other information other than that. But I normally call him by his screen name, Murdoch. So, you might want to use your screen names and things like that. Well, Slick don't care. Slick's like, whatever. Had to delete friends from my PS and Riyadh because their names would pop up. Yeah, you gotta protect them. Gotta protect them, Debbie. That's really smart. How about, their Discord names, which isn't real? That should be fine. Ah, Debbie, you're awesome. Yeah, we're talking about real names. Fake names are fine. Aw, Dom, you're sweet. Yeah, absolutely, Lori. Absolutely. Thanks, Nicholas. Thank you, y'all. Thanks, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Y'all are awesome. Screen names are meant to be shared, yes. And so you gotta remember that it will be shared. Everywhere. Everywhere. So pick one that represents you properly. Refrain from signing in. Oh, wait, I said that. Refrain from using Skype. We talked about this earlier. For years now, there has been a very simple and free way for people to gather your IP address via Skype whenever you log in. They can even find your location. It's horrible. It's horrible. Don't use Skype, even the new one that promises that your IP is protected. It's not. Promise. I promise. I promise. I could probably find half of y'all's IPs right now. And you know what you can do with IPs? You can DDoS. What is DDoSing? Let's talk about DDoSing really quick. Let's talk about DDoSing. What is DDoSing? It is when copious amount of packets, information packets, are sent to your IP address, flooding your router and modem to your internet, which causes your internet to crash. It is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. Can you protect yourself from this? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can buy a physical box. It's like a modem box, attaches to your modem or router. Or you can contact your provider, let them know that you would like DDoS protection. They will most likely come and install the box for you. I've done both personally. You can build yourself your own server to route yourself through a VPN. There's many, many things that you can do. It's very costly, but if you are receiving, DDoS attacks, which is very serious, I dealt with that for 2 years. 2 years of my streaming career, I dealt with that. It's absolutely horrible. It's very, very horrible. It's very, very horrible. Hi, Fuzzy! Google tries to match faces and colors. True. Like the old adage, don't do anything you wouldn't want it printed on the front page. Absolutely. Think about, how would my parent think about this if they saw it? How would my grandma think? What would she think? Yeah, VPNs. VPNs are bad. I mean, people will still find you. Against a determined person, almost nothing you can do if you're also playing games. It's true. Keep IP safe first and foremost, because once the trouble starts, it can get out of control. Absolutely. Fuzzy knows firsthand. Trust online persons with half the amount of trust you give IRL individuals. This is a quick rule of thumb, but you can adjust it however you see fit. Online people can and will pretend to be someone else. They will finance you, finesse you, and focus all of their energy and time to make you a personal project. Keep yourself safe by keeping a safe distance when possible. You have to do it. You have to have a separation. There was a point when I first started doing this, I let everyone add me on Snapchat, everyone was writing me, and everyone felt obligated, and they felt that I owed them my time. What happens when you can no longer provide that service to people? They become belligerent. And they become abusive. When people do not get the time that you once allocated for them because you're growing, they will attack you. And they know your secrets, they know your life, they know you personally. So be very, very careful and recognize that people will eventually not like you. I am very well vetted. I know for a fact that there is a possibility that at one point you might not like me. So I pay attention to that, and I pay attention to everything I tell you guys. Because if I tell you a weakness, you're going to go for it. It's an Achilles heel. Be careful. Do not agree to meet viewers in real life. Outside of a convention, meeting with individuals from a stream could be potentially dangerous. Of course, if you have a way to meet in a public place, let friends, family know where you are, and you are 100% comfortable, then do what's best for you. Obviously, everyone does their own thing. If you've known someone for a long time, they're a really awesome part of your community, you trust them, you've built this trust, and you're in a safe space, you let people know where you're at, go ahead and do it. But I want you guys to be super cautious when you're meeting with people. Now let me explain, I've met with at least like 30 different people from my stream, okay? And it was amazing. I've had so many awesome friendships. I'm so happy. I'm so glad that I got to experience that. But you need to be careful. If you're meeting individually with somebody, take a friend, take a parent. There's no harm in that. It's not. We have to stay safe. And I would even suggest if you're going to visit a streamer, if you as a viewer, you're going to visit a streamer, you're flying across the country to see them, please be careful. You don't know you don't know this streamer. I could be a serial killer, and you don't know. You know, like, you don't know. You don't know.